Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play The Elder Scrolls III, Morrowind, Game of the Year Edition. In our last video, Fedar had pretty much finished exploring Hightown in Balmora, and then he sold a bunch of stuff, which really needed to happen. And now he is standing in front of the Tribunal Temple. So let's go in. What's this say? Dunmer Temple. That's really not what I would call it, but, alright. It makes it sound exclusive to Dunmer, and that's not really true. What's in here? Nothing. Nothing. Ooh, lesser soul gem. Don't mind if I do. And nothing. Okay. Well, this is a monastic order, after all. I guess that's to be expected. That doesn't say anything. Neither does that. Hello there. How you doing?
Greetings, citizen. I'm Faverin. Welcome to Balmora. We're a House Lalu town and loyal citizens of the Empire. What can I do for you?
Well, tell me about your background.
I am Faverin, enchanter and initiate of the temple.
Okay, well, we know about enchanters, so we don't need to ask about that. We'll just do the 4. We've heard that and that. This is new.
Don't be in such a hurry when you're traveling. Take your time, keep your eyes open, learn from your experiences. You're on the road to learn about yourself and the world around you.
How true, especially for Elder Scrolls games. Let's see, this is not new. Okay. What do you think about the Nerevarine prophecies? That's nothing special. I thought that since, the Tribunal Temple doesn't much care for the Nerevarine prophecy, that he might say something nasty about it, but he didn't. And that's okay. What about the Imperial Cult? Nope, nothing special about that either. Well, shall we barter? Oh, okay, we've got some interesting stuff here. Spear of Light, Water Spear, Water Breathing for 100 seconds. That's not bad, because when, that's great for if you don't have enough alteration skill to effectively cast water breathing, and you don't have, like, scrolls or potions or something. Not going to spend any money on that, though. Good to know it's there. What kind of scrolls do you carry? Scroll of Restoration. Huh. Kind of expensive. Maybe if we were to become friends or something, we could pick some of these scrolls up. We shall see. And this is just the enchanting interface, so we don't need to look at that.
Shopping for enchantments?
Not right now. What's in the closet? Ooh. Oh, these are just some of the stuff that he has for sale. We'll just have to leave that alone. Have to leave all of this alone. That's okay. What is it with these piles of filth that you guys keep around? This is nasty. Ugh. Hello. Hi. Hey.
The freshest ingredients in town.
Is that so?
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Lalu. How can I serve you?
Well, what's your background?
I am Dravel Andrano, apothecary and initiate of the temple.
Apothecary? I don't think we've spoken with an apothecary. Tell me about your trade.
I'm an apothecary. I brew and sell potions to heal wounds, restore bodily and mental attributes, and cure diseases. I also buy and sell ingredients.
Well, that makes sense. Good to know. Let's ask about the 4. We've heard that and that, and we just heard that. And this is new.
When they became gods, the Tribunal became high ancestor spirits of the Dunmer. Good Daedra became loyal friends of the Tribunal, but bad Daedra remained foul and treacherous.
Yes, if you've been keeping up with the Storytime videos, you know quite a bit about that by now. Alright, well, let's barter. Okay, he's got a little bit of everything, I guess. Ooh, Night Eye. Where was that? That could be interesting. I think we'll just cast it ourselves at some point, though. Yeah, just some apothecary stuff. Makes sense. Well, that's it then. I'm gonna look around a bit if you don't mind. I'm not getting into that, though. Or that. I can look in here. Just a few bits and pieces that we can't take. What about this one? 5 gold. Okay. Can look in these sacks. They're empty. Huh. And a pile of filth. How nice.
The freshest ingredients in town.
Sure. What's this? Shrine of Saint Realm. Would you like to make a donation of 35 and receive a blessing? I would not. Shrine of Saint Lothus. Would you like to make a donation of 35 and receive a blessing? I would not. Ooh. Crates. 7 gold. 5 gold. 7 more gold. We're just rolling in it. That was fun. Let's see. Forward or down? We'll go down. Very far down, apparently. Oh boy. More piles of filth. Oh, there's somebody. There's somebody else. Let's talk to you. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. How can I serve you? What's your background? I am Lathino Hlalu, priest and adept of the temple. Okay. Well, why don't you tell me about being a priest? Because we've already spoken with a priest, but they were a member of the Imperial Cult. I imagine this might be a bit different. Oh, wow. Topics changed, so yes. I am a priest of the Tribunal Temple, an intercessor between Almsivi and their worshippers, caretaker of the temple and shrines, and counselor and educator for the faithful and laymen. I can tell you about the temple, the Daedra, the saints, and the ancestors. I can explain about pilgrimages and why we hate necromancy. I can also tell you something about the other cults. Well, before we dig too deeply into this, tell me about the Imperial Cult. Imperial law supports and protects the Imperial Cult, but the 9 divines are neither gods nor worthy ancestors, and their worship is just foolish superstition. Well, tell me how you really feel. Tell me about the 9 divines, then. Many foreigners worship the 9 as gods. They have divine power, like the Daedra, but they are not worthy of worship. Some are better than others, but none are trustworthy. Just so you know, you are speaking to a member of the Imperial Cult. So, stay polite. But, hey, Fedar is willing to listen. You know, they were very nice to him when he arrived in Fort Pelagiad. So, anyway. All right. I think then, well, okay, hold on. Let's see. I would also like to ask about Nervarine. Nope, that isn't special either. I thought it might be, but it was not. Well then, tell me about the Tribunal Temple. Like loving ancestors, the Tribunal guards and counsels us. Like stern parents, they punish our sins and errors. Like generous relatives, they share their bounty among the greatest and the least, according to their needs. Oh, wow. Communists? Really? Huh. Hey, everybody. We found the Reds in Morrowind. Good to know. Well, What should be next? I mean, tell me about the Tribunal. Ah, okay, that's the exact same response as Tribunal Temple. Cool. Kind of trying to go in order up here now. I guess just tell me about Temple. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion of civilized Morrowind. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. Ah, okay. I guess I'm being overly specific when I call it the Tribunal Temple, because there is no other temple. That works. We'll ask about these god kings in a moment. And there's a lot to go over here. How about shrines? Temple members and respectful guests may make offerings and receive blessings at shrines. The faithful of higher ranks need make no offering to receive blessings. Ah, that sounds a bit like the Imperial Cult, where if you're higher in rank, you don't really have to donate much or anything, I don't quite remember, to use an Imperial Cult altar. Okay. Then from here, let's ask about blessings. In addition to common blessings, most shrines provide special blessings of the saints that fortify attributes and abilities for long durations. Those could come in handy, depending on what they are. Let's head back up here. So if I want to get all this back, I just need to ask her about her trade. Alright, so we've asked about temple, shrines. Temple. Tell me about the Daedra. The Daedra are our ancestors. Before the Tribunal, we worshipped the Daedra as gods, but they didn't deserve it since they harmed us as often as they helped us. When they became gods, the Tribunal became our protectors and high ancestor spirits. The good Daedra became loyal friends of the Tribunal, but the bad Daedra remained foul and treacherous. Oh, okay. Well, since we're talking about Daedra right now, tell me about the good Daedra. Boethia, Mephala, and Azura are loyal friends of the Tribunal. These Daedra are the good Daedra, which we also call the Anticipations. Again, if you've been keeping up with Storytime, you know all about that. Alright, well, tell me about the bad Daedra. The Rebel Daedra, the Dark Daedra, Molag Bal, Malakath, Sheogorath, Mehrunes Dagon, in their arrogance and pride, refused to keep faith with the Tribunal. We call these bad Daedra the Four Corners of the House of Troubles, and they continue to tempt the unwary into heresy and dark worship. Ooh. Scary. Okay. Let's ask about ancestors then. The oldest of our ancestor spirits we call the Daedra. Though they are powerful and cunning, their hearts and minds have grown distant and strange, and the bad Daedra are dangerous. Yes, as you just told us. I'm going to go ahead and ask about her trade again, to get all that back. We just talked about the Daedra. Let's ask about the saints. Each of the greater saints and lesser saints has his own proper sphere of influence, those worshippers of various walks of life that the saint has the most sympathy and affection for. Well, we did read Lives of the Saints during the first story time, so we already know a bit about that, but let's ask her about greater saints. The greater saints of the temple, listed with their proper spheres, are Blessed Almalexia the Warden, Healers, Teachers, Lord Sothasil the Magus, Artificers, Wizards, Lord Vivek the Poet, Artists, Rogues, Saint Nerevar the Captain, Warriors, Statesmen, and Saint Veloth the Pilgrim, Outcasts, Seekers. This is written out in a way that bothers me intensely. Ugh. Couldn't we have used semicolons or something? Ugh. Alright, so that was Greater Saints. We'll be asking about the God Kings, the actual members of the Tribunal, in a bit. Let's go ahead and ask about Saint Nerevar. Saint Nerevar the Captain is the patron of warriors and statesmen. He united the Dunmer tribes into a great nation, but died leading the Dunmer to victory against the evil Dwemer and the traitorous House Dagoth at the Battle of Red Mountain. Tell me about the Dwemer. We've heard a bit, and we've done some reading on them. The Dwemer were ancient enemies of the Dunmer. but they are long dead, destroyed in a holy war by Saint Nerevar and the Tribunal. Okay. What about Saint Veloth? Saint Veloth taught the difference between the good and bad Daedra, and won the aid of the good Daedra for his people while teaching how to deal with the bad Daedra. Alright. Cool. So those were the greater saints. Let's ask about the lesser saints. The lesser saints of the temple are Saint Felms the Bold, butchers, fishmongers, Saint Lothus the Pious, tailors, dyers, Saint Maris the Peacemaker, farmers, laborers, Saint Rorus the Martyr, furnishers and caravanners, Saint Arlor the Penitent, tanners and miners, Saint Delin the Wise, potters, glassmakers, Saint Olms the Just, sailors, chandlers, clerks, Saint Rilms the Barefooted, pilgrims, beggars, and Saint Sarin the Merciful, brewers, bakers, distillers. Again with the awful punctuation, and it's not even bad consistently. In some places you've got commas between these favored professions, and in others you've got the word and. I'll be okay. Tell me about Saint Felms. Saint Felms the Bold is the patron of butchers and fishmongers. This cruel warlord killed many Nord infidels who deserved killing. He couldn't read or write, but received inspiration directly from the voice of Blessed Almalexia in his head. Is Almalexia the Guardian? Because that sounds an awful lot like the Guardian. In fact, I can just hear it now.
Yes, that is the proper direction to travel, Felms.
Anyway, let's ask about Saint Rorus. Saint Rorus the Martyr is the patron of furnishers and caravanners. Captured by Argonians before the Arnesian War, Rorus refused to renounce the tribunal faith and was tortured and martyred. Vengeance for the Saint Rorus was a rallying cry of the Arnesian War. Okay. Tell me about Argonians right quick. Argonians are cunning, savage beasts incapable of enlightenment. They are blasphemous travesties of nature, with unspeakable foulness in their private and family urges. They are fit only for service, and only when guided by a stern hand can they avoid abomination. That's not racist at all. Nah, we're good. No big deal. Ugh. I think I mentioned, but the first time I played Morrowind, I was an Argonian. So you can imagine how well that went down. And finally, Saint Sarin. Saint Sarin the Merciful is the patron of brewers, bakers, and distillers. This pure but less than handsome virgin could heal all diseases at the price of taking the disease upon herself. Tough as a guar, she lived to a ripe and sprightly old age. Well, good for her. Good for her. Okay. I think now we want to ask about the members of the tribunal, because we've gone through... Let's ask about her trade again. Just went through these saints. We don't know about ancestors. There are still more topics, but I do want to ask about Almalexia. Almalexia is Healing Mother, the source of compassion and sympathy, the protector of the poor and weak. How nice. And then Satha Sil, right there. Companion and teacher of Nerevar and Vivek, Satha Sil is the light of knowledge and the inspiration of craft and sorcery. Okay, and lastly, Vivek, which is right here anyway. Lord Vivek is a lover of both words and deeds, and a master of weapons and poetry. Alright, cool. So now, tell me about pilgrimages. A book called The Pilgrim's Path describes many of the temple's pilgrimages and their shrines. That was not really helpful, but we have read The Pilgrim's Path during storytime, so okay. Tell me about necromancy. Ignorant foreigners confuse our communication and reliance upon our ancestor spirits with necromancy, but ancestor veneration is holy and pious, while necromancy is godless, perverse sorcery. Well, Sharngra Musgob in the Mages Guild certainly had something to say about that. She thinks that your beliefs are, hokum and hypocritical, but we'll just keep that to ourselves. Let's see. I think the last thing was other cults. The Ashlanders have a primitive cult that worships the Daedra and tribal ancestors. This is the faith of our ancient forefathers, and not evil, but their worship is ignorant and unenlightened. Yeah, they kept the old ways and decided not to worship the Tribunal when the Tribunal came about. But I have to say, the Tribunal, they are living gods. They're real. They're walking around in Tamriel. You can go have a conversation with them if you can get in to see them. And to be honest, I kind of like that. That's nice. It's like, I need to go speak with my deity. Oh, he's having lunch over in the corner cafe if you want. All right, cool, thanks. I think that's everything that she has to say. And it is a lot. Let's see if there was anything else maybe hiding in here that would be of interest. Doesn't look like it. A lot of these topics are probably just generic for her. Yeah. All right. Well then, let's see what kind of bartering she does. Miscellanea. We've got potions and books. Well, we might have to pick some of these up. A lot of books, really. Many of these we can find lying around here and there, but you never know. All right, cool. What spells could you teach Fedar? Oh my. Some of these are very interesting and could be very useful, like Vivek's Tears, cure blight disease for 1 second on self. It's a weird notation to say that, to do something for 1 second on self when it's something that happens instantly, just in that moment, has no extended duration. It definitely could have been expressed in a more user-friendly manner, but we still get the idea, right? It's a very expensive spell, but could be very useful if we find ourselves infected with a blight disease and need to deal with it quickly. Recall. And yet, no mark. Kinda need mark for recall to be of any use. We're going to want both of those. Almsivi intervention. Definitely want Almsivi intervention. Definitely. I don't know that I want to bother with these that are like resist blight disease, resist common disease, that kind of stuff, because I might as well just get the cure options instead, and then not have to worry about that stuff. That could be useful though. Magic Guard. I'm just kind of cruising through these right now. There's cure common disease. I mean, why resist if you can cure? Free action. Yeah, that's funny because you can't do anything while you're paralyzed. So this spell, you can't cast it. It's purely so that you can learn Cure Paralyzation and put that on, like something that you enchant. Very silly. And then you've got spell making, but don't need to look at that.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Well, I was for a moment, but now I'm over here. Hi. Oh, you know what?
Yes, Outlander?
I'll check it in a second. I think there was a chest over there I need to look in, but it's probably just the stuff she was selling. Hello, Federmock. I'm Lorera O'Main, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Based on all these topics, I'm guessing this might be another priest. What's your background? I am Lorera O'Main, priest and novice of the temple. Okay, another priest. She probably doesn't have anything extra to add, but... no. And that is okay. Because that was a lot of information. That was a big dump. Let's see what kind of stuff you've got for sale. Really just more the same. Kind of little miscellanea. That's fine, that's fine. And what spells do you know? Oh, hey, there's Mark. So we could pick up Mark and Recall. Very useful. I like that. Got some fortify of various attributes. That could come in handy, except I was hoping maybe for like fortify personality, so that when we're trying to increase disposition with people, maybe that would be a little easier. But I'm not seeing it here, and that's okay. Resist poison, resist shock, resist frost, resist fire. Yeah, and there's another resist blight disease. Huh, energy leech, absorb fatigue. Okay, well, good. Good to know. And then spell making, don't need to worry about that. Oh yeah, need to ask the four. Did we ask the four of Lathino? I don't think we did. I'll have to go back over there when we're checking that chest out. So we'll ask you the four. We've heard that and that and that and that. Okay. Nice talking to you. Okay, well, before we head back up, gotta ask the four, don't we? I think that might have done something. Saw this move. Rhanis Athris in the Balmora Mages Guild has something against wizards who aren't in the guild. I think it has something to do with her parents, who were murdered by the old Telvanni Archmagister, the one before Gothrin. Ugh. That's terrible. Okay. Let's see. What was added? I really don't know. Maybe nothing was added. Maybe this just jumps around sometimes. I don't know. Because we've already heard this, and I think all of these as well. Do you have something to say about Outlanders? Nope. That's not new at all. Something to say about Balmora? Nope. All right. That's fine. Anyway, and we've heard that and that. Okay. Now we're done talking with Lathino. Oh, well, can't look in that anyway. That's fine. Well, we're done right here. I will want to learn those spells, but I want to finish looking around first. It's a long way up. It looks like we are in the very distinctive dome atop the temple. Whee! Yay! There's not really anything of interest up here, but yeah, it was fun nonetheless. What's this do? Nothing, apparently. Okay. Ooh, you got a lot of books over here. Let's see, what's this? The Doors of the Spirit. No skill point. And what about all these? The Anticipations, Lives of the Saints, the Cantatas of Vivec. We've read all those. 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 34. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your unarmored skill increased to 8. Great. Homilies of Blessed Almalexia. No skill point. The Consolations of Prayer. I think we've seen that somewhere already. I don't recall. We haven't read it, in any case. The Pilgrim's Path. Got that. 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 14. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your spear skill increased to 6. Alright. And Fellowship of the Temple. No skill point. Plenty of reading for story time, though. And who are you? Hi. Hey.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Perhaps you can.
You're a new face. So what can I tell you about Balmora? I like to swap the latest rumors when there's something juicy enough to gossip about. Or maybe, if you have a little secret, maybe I have one to trade.
Maybe you do. What is your background?
I am Tellus Salvani, healer and novice of the temple.
Well, we've already spoken with a healer. We've spoken with a fantastic healer. Remember Ifka? Yeah, Ifka got her very own video. So, We don't need to ask about that, I don't think. We could. We'll see if he says something different. Nah. Okay. So now I just want to do the 4. We've heard that, and that, and that, and that. Well, okay. What do you trade? Healer stuff. Makes sense. Not interesting to me right now. What spells do you know? Ooh, okay. Restore willpower, restore intelligence, restore luck, restore endurance. These are essential. We have got to learn all the attribute restoration spells. That's 4 of them. That's half right there. So I'm sure we can find the other 4. But yeah, these are essential because we don't want to have to always rely on running back to an Imperial Cult shrine or something to get our attributes restored when they get damaged. So we'll be picking those up. Not right now, but shortly. And that's a pretty weak healing spell. Restore fatigue, I mean, resist blight disease and stuff like that. There's free action again. For the lulz. There's cure blight disease again. Cure common disease, yep. Heal companion, that could also be very useful. Fedar probably isn't really going to have any companions, so to speak, but he might need to heal other entities, so you do want to have something like that. Okay, cool. And finally, we will speak to you. Hi. Staring right at you. Hey. Hi.
Outlander, what do you want?
I want to talk to you in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.